everything.
Can you make me
Yeah,
the
1
host?
second. Once we're actually live, I will do that. Done redirecting to YouTube. Hello, everybody. Yeah, I'm just posting. Oh. Hi, everybody. We're going to get started in just a couple of minutes. You can't see me now. Okay, back into Zoom. Oh no, I'm watching the video too. That was trippy. Here we are. Okay, the next step is to make Bastiani the host. And the step after that is to post this link on Facebook one more time.
Great. Hey, Kim. Må jeg spørge dig? Er det i speaker view eller gallery view lige nu?
Can you put it on speaker view?
I have done. I just want to check that it is for everybody.
It looked like it was on that view when I saw it on YouTube, because it showed it to me for a brief moment. Great.
Kim, tell me.
Great.
Yeah, du er muted.
Det er speaker view.
Så det vil sige, at...
Det er kun dig, jeg ser lige nu snakke.
Ja, perfekt.
Så den er, som den skal være. Man kan ikke have danse på hele tiden, måske.
Jo, men det er det bliver, når han snakker.
Hi, hello, everybody.
Hej, Dante.
Welcome. Okay, so.
Wow, beautiful.
Yeah. Didn't realize I could get this good view before, but it's helpful. Anyway, welcome everybody to this Solstice gathering. Super potent energy today, and thank you all for showing up and being here, and thank you for watching on YouTube if you're checking the stream live or later. So this morning we had the solstice at, it was 4 a.m. here, so it was like exactly 6 hours ago, and the planets Saturn and Jupiter will touch each other to the exact degree in 2 hours. So as we end this call, we're entering into that exact moment of conjunction. So we will take a moment to really tune into that planetary alignment together as the energy takes place. So Bastiani, if you could remind me around like what time? 7 your time, I think, that closing out the questions and coming into more of that connected space for the meditation.
Okay.
And yeah, these sessions are always shared freely, and you can contribute via donations with the links that are in the YouTube comments, and that really helps me continue to offer this for free. And keeps us going in that sense. So we will be doing a channeling course again in January. There's not an exact date yet, but it's likely to happen once there's a couple signups and a good group forming. My intention is not to have the hugest group this time, as I might be in a more introverted space for the next months, but we will do it again if you want to learn to channel and expand your consciousness and gain tools that even if you don't necessarily become somebody who channels often, you have ways of deepening in your own personal practice and getting clearer in yourself and in many areas of your life. So it's a really holistic program that covers so much, and it's a journey of transformation as all of these tools bring up nuances and bring up perhaps things that we haven't yet integrated to really re-examine in a safe and beautiful container. And I'm just really pleased with the results of sharing this in the past. It's brought so much for many people and for myself as well. So that's there. And let's begin with the channeling today. I just want to adjust one more thing on the computer here that I forgot to do. Hello, and we once again say a fabulous day to each and every one of you at this moment of your time as the Pleiadian Council. We speak on behalf of the Galactic Alliance and many of your own guides, seeking to assist your planet through this grand process you may term ascension. It is always a pleasure and honor for these co-creative interactions allow for yourselves and ourselves equally to expand, and for all that is to expand through our mutual reflective expansion. Now, today is a potent energy. It is, as you know, the winter solstice, coming into the darkest days of your year. For those of you in the northern part of it, at least. And it is also the joining of two planets that only happens every 19.85 years, yes? So this experience for you may be one of an expansion into the trajectory that your world is headed towards over this next year and over this next 20 years. And we are happy to share that while there may be much seeming chaos in your world, truly you have come closer into these timelines of such open contact, such ascension, as you describe it. And you are drawing this closer to you all the time. This is, in a sense, the result of the great challenges you face related to the pandemic, bringing many of the old systems and collective belief systems to collapse. It is gradually bringing you, as we have shared in last week's transmission, to adopt new value systems. These value systems bring you to be more authentic and empowered, passionate expressions of yourself. And when you do that, it creates a ripple effect through your own energy field, allowing others to entrain into that higher frequency and become the highest potential version of themselves. To attune to this energy of open contact, you must be fully aligned with your passion, aligned with your joy, and make sure that every area of your life reflects that. It is time to let go of ideas of who you were supposed to be and instead embrace who you truly want to express in this moment. And yes, as it is a welcoming to a galactic alliance that you may anticipate and wish to create, you first of all must be willing and fully capable of dissolving the layers of difference in your belief systems that make you see others around you as different and unalike to you. The division, as we have said, is taking place between many who choose a path of love and a path of fear. Yet, to see those who choose fear as other, as different, and as alien to you only brings you to be more identified with yourself and less willing to open to different frequencies. And we must say that when you connect with extraterrestrial frequencies, the gap between where you are at and the gap between where you versus other humans of a lower frequency compared to the gap between you and ourselves is different. It is much vaster, the gap between your energy and our energy. And so you will have to work to raise your vibration. You will have to allow yourself to let go of great resistances and instead come to see that we are you and you are us. The invitation to establish these connections with us in the dream time, in your own sightings as you look up towards the sky, and through many other ceremonial or intentional approaches, will continue to expand contact if and only if, yes, you are fully aligned with your passion and your truth, and if you are willing to expand your sense of self to be much more inclusive. To do so, the frequency of alignment with your true community is key. And you can be a part of many different seeming sub-communities in your world, and that can be your personal community. Though by bringing yourself to be a part of something and contribute to your world in ways that bring you to feel great passion is the frequency that will allow you to again be to be more open. It is the very idea of the Aquarian age that it comes down to collaboration. Many of you will sometimes get involved with projects and works and artistic expressions and so on and so forth. Not something, be seen something. And it means because it ultimately will leave you being seen as foolish, whereas if you bring your energy and contribute to the larger community, you will be seen as a very valuable asset of all that is and of your earth plane. The time of leaders in the conventional sense that you have known it is ending. And the time of a new sort of leadership is developing and emerging within you all. And it involves all of you in your own way being guides, guiding others through honoring your own inner guidance. And that reflection that you offer of a clear and direct attunement to your own inner guidance will be, again, the frequency that helps others and train into that same energy. There will, yes, regardless of your personal choices to accelerate your personal contact, be accelerated disclosure of information related to extraterrestrial life. And in these first years, it will be very unclear and very vague. And as you move deeper into this decade, it will start to really hit home and really reach wider audiences and be something that people continue to think about and expand in your Earth's connection to our worlds. Yes. And we may say, we may comment, again, seeing yourself as part of all of your Earth, regardless of the seeming divide, is key in your own process and the process of your planet. And therefore, when it comes to the idea of certain new medicines that are being shared in your world, allow everybody to follow their own belief, their own inner guidance with respect. As the most potent medicine of all is your belief. There are certain facts of existence that your belief systems cannot override very easily. But beyond that, what you believe to be supportive, what you believe to be a medicine, what you believe to increase your well-being, or if you are more aware, yes, your vibration, will work and serve the purpose as intended. And accepting and trusting that everybody has the ability to follow their own guidance will be key. Remembering again that nobody can do anything, that nobody can force you to do anything that you do not feel compelled to do. And there will always be a way to experience your own well-being, to fulfill all of your needs in the way that you prefer. So please keep yourself open, and please ask yourself, how can I be more fully myself? And how can, in that more authentic expression of myself, I share something that no one else has shared before with this human plane of existence. In doing so, how am I expanding then our own ability to connect to these new frequencies, these new energies coming from our star family that we have not yet seen or witnessed before? Allow yourself to be open and allow yourself to delve into the mystery, knowing that yes, it may be the darkest time, and the darkness is not at war with light in any sense, no. It is the balance of darkness and light that gives all of the colors and shades and textures of existence form. And it is in the darkness that you come to fathom the great power of the unknown. And when you can rest in the unknown and rest in uncertainty without attempting to force anything, realizing that you are a powerful being capable of doing all you need to do, what you need to know will come when it needs to come. And instead, look into the mystery, look into the unknown with awe and wonder and ecstatic anticipation of the next layers of existence to show itself to you in beautiful myriad ways. We thank you for allowing this transmission, this moment of your time, and we ask then, how can we assist and support you in any way today?
May I ask a question?
Yes.
Thank you, Pleiadian Council. I am wanting to find my soul tribe. And I'm wondering who I could find in the region I am in Arizona, or if my soul tribe can be found, you know, back in the Pacific Northwest, in the forests, or in another region, and or online. But right now I'm in Arizona. I'd like to make new friends, like-minded friends, and really want to join in purpose with others. Do you have any suggestions?
Members of your soul tribe in all parts of the world. It is a matter of, yes, where you end up for one and where you are most attracted. And it is also coming to do with the frequency of certain areas of your planet. So open yourself to the idea of these vortexes as they attract other people who are working with the types of frequencies that you are working with. So the idea in your Arizona of Sedona and even Flagstaff is a place where you can experience that vortex energy, expanding your connection. And as you simply go about your life, gravitating towards the places in that area that attract you most, you may find or stumble upon certain people or certain events where connections take place. Now, of course, going back to where you have lived will always connect you with members of your soul tribe you do know. And as well, there are many connections you can establish on the internet. And in all of these senses, it has to do with being open and willing to put yourself out there.
Is there certain types of groups or people that would be good for me to connect with or explore?
Your own intuitive heart center will guide you in those directions. Again, when you do things that are exciting for you, you will meet people who share those excitements. And to co-create an exploration of your passion is how the strongest bonds are often formed.
And what about a soul mate amongst this soul tribe?
The same thing applies here, that in order to really connect with a soulmate relationship long term, you have to be, at least in some areas of your excitement, having common ground. It doesn't mean that your soul mate in this sense has to be exactly alike you and have all of the same interests. They may just have a few of the same interests, but by exploring those interests, you will expand your connection to them.
And do you have any specific interests or areas that would be you might recommend me to start with exploring?
What excites you most? Yes.
I'm passionate about children and alternative education that honors the unique soul of each child. I do love light language. I love nature. I love to be amongst the trees and water.
It is all of these.
I guess many things.
It is all of these interests, yes. Explore all of them, be open. Realize that as you meet people, soul connections are taking place. And sometimes what happens is you may meet people, but you are not fully opening yourself to them. And that is a part of the equation as well. Being fully transparently yourself and true to yourself within those connections will help you deepen in them.
That's a really helpful piece. Thank you. And if you have anything more to say on that piece, I'd be happy to hear it.
It involves, yes, reframing what the idea of rejection is. For the fear of rejection is often what slows you down and often what can attract rejection. So understanding that if you are ever, in a sense, rejected, the other person is either rejecting aspects of themselves that are projected onto you, or it is simply a connection that does not fully resonate. And in both cases, this informs you of that person's availability. Whereas if you waited and tried to gauge out a relationship for a prolonged period of time, wondering, do they like me? And finally, then you opened yourself and discovered that there was a lack of resonance, a dissonance, then it's time that, in a sense, could have gone into exploring other connections and creating a more accelerated experience and an accelerated manifestation of the relationships you desire. So if you want accelerated relationships faster, you have to experience an accelerated healing process that may involve pushing up against those old insecurities and fears of rejection, emotionally processing what those beliefs are, and integrating positive beliefs of self-love and self-trust that allow you to be fully anchored in your center regardless of how others see or interact with you.
Yes, thank you. So very helpful. Thank you, Pleiadian Council.
Oh, thanks to you as well. Somebody else has a question or inquiry of any sort?
I guess I'll go next.
Yes.
All right, so I have a couple questions here. And
All right.
okay, so the first question is, This pertains to telekinesis. What is the next
Alright.
level? What is the next level above the candle flame when practicing telekinesis?
Then you can work with water, still water, and leaves in the wind, expanding this connection to other elements, realizing that to move or bend energy, you are also working with all of the elements that it forms within. Fire being the easiest, and water and air being a bit trickier. So the same principles of working with the flame apply to these elements as well.
Thank you. I still have more questions.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next question is, this one's a little bit more very specific, so I'm going to give backstory. Okay, so you have the sun, and
Yes,
you have the center of the galaxy.
yes.
So my question is, in what direction from the sun to the center of the galaxy do I would have to face in order to go in a straight line from the sun to the center of the galaxy as precise as possible? And in other words, so pretty much what constellation do I have to face, and then by how many degrees, and what orientation, because we're talking about 3D space.
The galactic center is in the constellation you know to be Sagittarius from your perspective. But if you talk about the idea of the side of the sun or the planet or anything of this nature, well, that is more challenging because, again, the planets are always rotating, as is the sun.
Okay, so that's helpful. It confirms a couple things for me. The next question is more personal. So I just wanted to know, because I was curious, I never really asked or seeked this question, but where did I originate, as in what star system or planet, or both, did I come from before I incarnated here? And what star systems have I dwelled the most or hung around the most in between periods of my many incarnations?
Yes. Again, remember what we share about the true nature of your other lifetimes. Again, these past and future lifetimes, as you have termed them, are all occurring right now. The experience of time is only a perceptual reality, not an actual reality. It is a perceptual reality in your human and other 3D, as you say, realms only. And these other versions of your soul don't necessarily connect to you in a linear way. So that means from young periods of your life, you may have established connections with certain parallel versions of yourself that come from one planet or one area of your world or one seeming past time. And then you move through a stage in your evolution, and the other parallel aspects of yourself that you connect with come from different systems and different parts of your world. So the nature of this is very dynamic, and there are hundreds of thousands of other lifetimes within your oversoul, and you don't necessarily establish connection with them all at once. That said, you do at this time make strong connections to the Orion system and the Sirian system. And there is potential for you to, if you choose a more accelerated path, establish connection with those beings you may know as the hybrid races.
Can you repeat that last part? The one was a little hard for me to understand.
If you continue to accelerate your process of evolution, you may also establish connection with beings you know as the hybrid races.
Okay, that'll be all for now. Thank you very much for the eye-opening information. I do have more questions, but I'll let other people respond first. So I have 3 more questions after this.
Thanks to you as well.
Yes.
Hello, dear friends.
Hello, yes.
I would love to ask you about what you just talked about, the hybrid children.
Yes.
If I have some hybrid children,
Yes, you do.
and how they were created, was it from DNA or?
Yes, at points in your past, mostly during your sleep, you were taken astrally, on an astral level, to ships where you volunteered codes from your DNA that went into the creation of these children. The DNA of many others also went into the creation of these children. So in that sense, they have many parents. And through that DNA, they remember their connection with you. And again, as you deepen into that experience of working in your dreams, you may find that you have increased connection with these beings, though you have to set that intention very clearly and allow the process to take however long it is meant to take.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, well, thanks to you as well, yes.
Hello, Pleiadians. Can I ask one question, please?
Yes,
we went at
yes.
the same time. You go.
All
Okay,
right.
my turn.
Yeah.
That we did that at the same time. Please go ahead. I will wait.
Okay, thank you. Yes, then I have a question.
All right.
Again, about talking about hybrids, children. Well, I've been told that I have hybrid children, and I try in the night to connect with them, but I don't remember anything. But could you tell something
Yes.
about what we work on during the night? I have the feeling that I am in connection with them, or they are yelling my nights, but can you tell me a little bit about
Yes.
what it is we're doing?
You are playing with the children, experimenting with different new technologies and toys, so on and so forth, making music and art, and experiencing their ship in the same sense that you are teaching them about your world.
Mm. So what kind of technologies are we talking about?
Oh, they're much like toys that can entrain to the frequency. So you can, in a sense, use your mind to telepathically create sonic frequencies that you can hear. It's very interesting.
Mm. Can you tell a little bit more about it? It's a little bit hard to understand in a way.
It is much like a xylophone, but
Nice.
the sounds are not fixed on the xylophone. And as you hit the keys, the frequency that you were emanating as you hit each note will also modulate the sound. There are many such tools of this nature. And they are there to teach you about how to work with your frequency, how to intentionally dial in all that you do to the correct frequency.
Mm. And what's the purpose with these frequencies then?
again, it is an experiment, as it is not only the action you take in your physical life that affects the result, it is the frequency with which you do it, the degree of passion, the degree of transparency, the degree of presence in every step that creates an energy that then affects the results of all of the actions that you take. And so the toys, in that sense, as they work with your frequency, can help you get a clearer sense more quickly in life. What are the results of the frequency that you emanate?
Because, well, during my nights, it feels, I can feel I have a connection, but I don't remember anything other than I have a really good feeling when I wake up. How can I remember a little bit more? Yeah.
Putting a dream journal beside your bed can help, yes. Working with a crystal that you are attracted to can support as well, placing it beneath your pillow with that intention. And as well, there are a variety of different plants that support this as well. These plants, again, being valerian, passion flower, mugwort, one we have no other name of, but Mexican dream herb, and of course, getting to bed a bit earlier will support as well. And if you, in a sense, have interrupted sleep, that perhaps diminishes your ability to get as much sleep as you desire in some cases, but the shorter sleep cycles, say for example, sleeping for 2 to 4 hours rather than sleeping solidly for 8, are cycles in which you are more likely to wake up remembering your dreams. And then again, your ability to work in the psychic realm is enhanced every time you bring your focus to recollect it. So having the dream journal or even recording it aloud in your phone for a minute or two is a way that you are focusing your energy into the process of recall, therefore getting more accustomed to that threshold state between the dream and the waking life. And the more you do this, the more, again, you can remember the experiences that you were then having.
That's a good idea.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Oh, our great thanks, and love to you as well.
Thank you.
Hello, dear Pleiadians.
Hello, yes.
Hello. I'm in a state in my life where I'm really opening up to animal relationships and opening my heart to animal companions.
Yes.
I've always been a plant lady and connecting and communicating with plants. But now animals are coming into my life big time. And I've been really called to spend time with horses, which is like a very strong calling. It's not so much to ride them as to simply be in their presence, look into their eyes, do some eye gazing with them and spend time with horses. I was wondering if you could speak as to the provenance of horses, their role at this time, if they are associated with different star systems, or the message that they are specifically bringing to us at this time. I would love to hear about this.
Yes. The horses connect with the energy of freedom. They connect with the spirit of being able to roam free, run wild, and explore vastness. Horses in their spirit can support you in accelerating your journey into deepening into personal freedom and expanding your horizons to see and include more than you have experienced before. And they also connect with the spirit of gentleness. Despite being so powerful, the horses are a very soft spirit. So they help you to see that in order to be free and to be powerful, you don't necessarily need to express intensity in any way. You can do it gently and smoothly. Their loving spirit helps you to expand your ability to express and experience empathy with others. And there is a great deep medicine for you to expand as you come to connect with them. They also, as all animals do, help you to embrace more of your animal nature. Noticing the subtle ways that animals are easily triggered can help you to accept aspects of yourself that are, in a sense, beyond belief, but related to your animal circuitry that is still a part of your human DNA. Astrologically, yes, horses will connect with the Aries constellation, but
Okay, very cool. I appreciate this insight so much. I also have a question about a baby cat that came into my life recently. Her name is Agnes Cat, and
yes.
she is just the most powerful teacher and presence in my life at this time. I was just wondering if we go back or if we have any parallel lives, or if this cat is actually more used to being human, because we have a very strong relationship and she exhibits signs of not really thinking she's a cat.
Oh, yes, she's been raised well and opens herself very easily. And the connections that she makes is to very high frequency extraterrestrial beings. And you can notice that she allows you to expand into that realm. Cats are, again, these portals that can allow for their parallel selves to manifest through the energy they bring in. And her playful, gentle spirit is, in a sense, helpful in rubbing off on you and also bringing in these frequencies that she connects with, especially as she is sleeping.
Yeah, seeing her sleep, especially in front of the fireplace, just brings me so much joy. Thank you for this insight. I'm cherishing it already. Thank you.
Oh, well, thanks to you as well.
Hi, Pleiadians.
Hello, yes.
Thank you so much for this transmission. I'd like to gain some clarity as to which spiritual gifts I have.
All right. Well, what excites you the most?
Soul work, cosmic matters, nature, connection, expansion.
Yes. So, are you experiencing your gifts manifest in all of these realms? Yes.
I don't quite know how to answer that question.
All right. Your soul gifts in general are vast and varied, and all of them will manifest the more that you follow your passion and continue to deepen in connection with yourself and those around you. Particularly, your gifts do have to do with fine-tuning energy work. You can channel frequencies and receive guidance by empathically tuning into the field of those around you. And you are experiencing this and experimenting with it in many ways. Continuing to do so will support you. remembering that everything around you offers you a frequency that you can tap into. And the crux of your gifts, the core essence through which they manifest, is the depth of your connection to yourself that allows you to notice the subtle nuances that are communicated to you energetically through every single connection that manifests.
Okay. Amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks to you as well. And do we have any questions then from our YouTube audience?
Otto has a question. I'm not sure whether Otto, you don't want to ask it yourself? Maybe it's not possible. So, yeah.
All right.
Here it is. If there is, as I need to move soon, it has been advised previously that I move somewhere with access to water. Is the archipelago, I don't know if I pronounce this properly, archipelago nearby, and finding a suitably community, shared living, suitable for my path of service in the coming months? And if so, is this option currently within my field of people I know? Yeah, anything that can be shared on this would be greatly appreciated. With love.
Yes. That is certainly a viable option. And the opportunities, if that is something that you choose, are not too many degrees separated. Some options are immediately in your community, and some options involve people that you could consider adjacent to your community that you may be able to establish connection with as well. The idea of longer distance travel is also a viable option to experience what you need. It is simply a matter of which of these two options feels most exciting for you, which of them feels like it is offering you something new and nourishing and supportive to what your core intentions are at this time.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello, yes.
Okay, hi. My name is Christine, and I have a question about my teeth.
All right.
So actually, so I'm experiencing some self-worth issues, and also I inherited my parents' house, who have died 2 years ago, and I'm still working through my relationship debris with my parents, because as far as I remember my story, it has many negative connotations, and also my finances at the moment, and actually all through my life I had problems with them, and this year with the virus and so on has been very, very challenging and triggering some beliefs that I have, obviously, about, well, self-worth and wealth. And now my tooth has cracked, and I wanted to know if there's some wisdom I could gain out of all of these circumstances, if they are related, and actually if I can heal my cracked tooth, if there's still a chance, what can I do for it?
The teeth, in some senses, can relate to worrying, noticing that pressure in the jaw enhances the likelihood of the teeth cracking. And all of these circumstances bring you, in a sense, to expand your idea of what abundance is and the means through which you can access your needs. The tooth, yes, can heal, though, again, the sooner you take action, the sooner you break through in terms of the healing that is related to it. So it may mean finding hidden resources or alternative ways of seeking the dental care necessary at this time to fix the tooth.
I'm doing that already
Yes.
since last full moon, and I did it with success, and I guess I got too much excited, and now I put too much pressure on the tooth, and now it did crack, and tomorrow I have a date with a dentist.
Yes. Use that as an opportunity to as well repair your relationship that may be causing tension. While your parents are not here, the relationship is still alive, and it is their fear-based beliefs and the ways in which they restricted your actions and your emotional expressions that has created these layers of trauma that manifest as the stress and tension. So to do what you know as inner child work, involving a light hypnotic state and re-experiencing memories and changing those memories with the support of your higher self, will allow for much of these stories to be rewritten. And you can discover much about this process and do initial layers of the work on your own. And when it feels right to open yourself for external support to go deeper, that is also a viable means of releasing many layers of the trauma and the beliefs that create this tension and these continual experiences.
Thanks. Another quick question. So it's been 2 years since they died, and only last month I managed to clear the old apartment, and now I have new tenants, and I experienced a couple of lucky coincidences, and now there's a new person in my life, a man that I don't know very much, but he helped me already a lot with the house and with his expertise and with the people he knows that have expertise in their crafts. And he tries to bring people to me that I can afford, more or less, which I'm very, very thankful for.
Yes.
And I was actually, because he had similar problems like my father, he had, and also both of his parents died, and my father had alcoholism, and after the guy's parents died, he also developed alcoholism, and he recovered from it. And because he has the minute he stepped into the house, he found so many good words about what my father had done, what his work on the house. He had very, very good words for it. And so I thought maybe my father sent me this guy to help me and to do some good gesture on our relationship. Is there something to it, or is it just my wishful thinking?
Yes, in all of the ways that your father has blessed you with the resources and with the connections that serve you now are ways in which you can see the positive side of this relationship and use that positive expression to feel that there was love in him and there was love for you. It was simply that the way that he learned had to then translate to how he had tried to teach and inform you of how to show up to life. These limiting and negative conditions were the best he could do. So that degree of compassion and acceptance will help you deepen into this healing.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, our thanks to you as well.
May I ask another question?
If everybody has already asked a question who desires to, then yes.
Thank you. I am wondering, I'm noticing that I am needing more rest lately. I went through a big emotional catharsis. I don't know, maybe 5 days ago, during my moon time, and since then, my energy levels have not been what I would hope, and I feel a little bit on the verge of illness, like perhaps a mild cold. I have been quarantining, and I'm wondering if you have any suggestions for what can bring me back into health and vitality.
Rest is important. Rest allows your body to really integrate. Your body really needs sleep to increase your immunity. And the ways in which you prevent yourself from getting deep sleep is sabotaging the health of your body. So you are sick now in order to force yourself to relax. And allowing yourself to relax is the greatest key. Of course, using remedies, certainly elderberry and turkey tail will be very supportive for this, as well as turmeric and the other remedies that you feel connected to. Yet rest is really the key stone of well-being. And you may be preventing yourself from resting and using different expressions to disguise emotional states. And all of this really keeps you in an unsettled way. So you need to rest and you need to dive deep into the belief systems and emotions that may continue to disturb you. And only then will you be able to be more radiantly well and healthy.
Would you like to expand a little bit on these things that disturb me?
You know.
Okay. I was thinking of going to Sedona today to celebrate the solstice in conjunction. Is it better if I just rest as much as possible and sleep?
It depends on how you feel. If you can muster the energy to go and it feels like you will actually enjoy it, then go. But if you do not feel aligned to bring yourself there and you would rather rest, stay home, knowing that the energy can reach you regardless of where you are. And you can always go back when you are feeling healthier.
Wonderful. And if you have any insights into my soul gifts that I came into with this life, if you would like to share that, I would love to hear it.
Your soul gifts, as we have said before, do involve working with frequencies. And of course, all of the ways that you continue to expand into your passion will fill in the details of how all of this can manifest for you. again, the greatest soul gift that you all possess is being yourself. It is a gift to the world to be the unique being that you are, and you become more of yourself by following your passion. And that is how all of these gifts will manifest. Though, again, these areas of passion that you have already tapped into, of working with children and working with frequency healing, will be very supportive for the world. And this is the unique gift that is there to manifest through you at this present time.
Thank you so much, Pleiadian Council.
Our thanks to you as well.
Hi, Pleiadian Council.
Hello, yes.
Thank you again for this transmission and all these amazing, beautiful answers to all these super great questions. I have a question for you guys.
All right.
I'll try my best to phrase it because it's a bit of an energetic stranglehold in a way, but I've noticed there are certain things which I imagine and can visualize really easily, and then would get the goosebumps out of it, the great goosebumps out of it. Yet I also notice on a parallel way that I'm receiving an amazing amount of information from you when I go into meditation and even channeling. And this comes in a much more fluid and effortless way, yet does not bring me that same amount of goosebumps. Yet I do find it more helpful for everyone around. So yes. I'm kind of in between those two, not necessarily understanding where I would be more preferable to send myself in a sense, or what I would more preferably practice, per se.
Practice both of these tools. Yes, use all of the different psychic skills that you are developing at different times according to your excitement and according to the circumstances, for they all serve different purposes. The experience of goosebumps is often manifesting when you are experiencing a more personal and direct connection to your own soul, or something that is personally relevant for you. And oftentimes when you are channeling for others or channeling something that is more directed to the collective, it may not have that same depth of resonance because you are simply working as a channel to bring the necessary information to those who need to hear it. And so it may have less of a personal resonance and may feel less deep, but you can know its effectiveness through the results of the sharing.
Amazing. And I guess I know it's a part of the journey, yet this aspect to fully allow myself to, how would you say, accepting or being, well, both. It's like being able to perceive the positive impact the same way it has helped me, but then also being able to accept the comments from that. I imagine it's all inner child work to do, huh?
Well, you can connect it to your inner child, though it is more directly the belief that the inner child developed. So you can look at it more in that way in the moment. And it has to do with why you may fear embracing praise or embracing your goodness. What did you learn about that?
Yeah, the first thing that pops up was an early trauma about, receiving violence from a fearful parent that thought that something negative was going to come out of that praise or the gift I was being given at that time.
Yes. So reframing this specific memory is helpful. And again, working with the new belief that the brighter you shine, the more full your tank, the more light that spills over into others. So it makes no sense to hold back your light or to not accept that which fills you with more light, because all of the energy you allow yourself to receive then becomes energy you allow yourself to feed back into existence.
Fantastic. I'll keep working on it, and this has really helped. Thanks a lot, guys.
Yes, our great thanks and love to you as well.
Hello, can you hear me, Pleiadian Council?
Yes, yes.
I have a question. I was wondering, so I don't really know about your abilities and your awareness and consciousness, and I was just wondering, like, how aware you are, like, for example, of me and what I'm doing in my life, like how, in what way do you already know about me? Do you understand my question?
As we interact with you, we experience you as patterns of energy. And through those patterns of energy, we're able to discern certain frequencies and aspects of you that are relevant for us. As you share more specifically what interests you, more of those patterns reveal themselves to us. But we do not, in any sense, know everything about you. We only are able to perceive in the moment what is relevant for the moment.
Understood. Thank you. I'm not sure I'm having another question right now, but yeah, so maybe I'll just, or is there maybe something that you would like to tell me on my path, what I should consider?
Consider opening yourself to other timelines, opening yourself to those ideas that may have always been lingering in the background that you haven't yet acted upon. For the sooner that you bring your energy into something new, the sooner it can transform to become a path you have not yet seen.
Right, great. Thank you very much. Much love to you guys.
Yes, and our great love and thanks to you as well.
May I ask another question?
Let us wait a moment, yes. Do we have any questions from the YouTube stream written out for us? We would be interested.
Not yet. No question there.
Then let us continue. You may ask your question.
Okay, so these last three questions are more specific.
All right.
So the first question is, what are your thoughts on aliens being trapped in military bases such as Area 51, and can you free them? If not, why?
There are extraterrestrial craft, artifacts, and even remains of certain bodies preserved there, but there are no living extraterrestrials at Area 51.
Okay, so
and
my next...
the areas where there are the sorts of contact between extraterrestrials and forces similar to your government, the extraterrestrials are certainly not trapped. Otherwise, they wouldn't have landed. We are more clever than that.
Okay, so my next question is, what are the purposes of crop circles with intricate designs?
Oh, the crop circles are frequency enhancers. Encoded in all of these images is a certain frequency that we perceive is relevant for you as humans to attune to and integrate. So when you feel a resonance with these images, we encourage you to print them out and post them on the walls around your house, someplace where you look at them very frequently, as these images will support you in integrating the higher frequencies. Oftentimes we work with the more geometric forms, as they do speak to universal mechanisms of energetic function, understanding that even at higher levels, these symbols that you may call sacred geometry point to the mechanics of higher dimensions. And therefore, as you are all attracted to the idea of ascension, these images support you in coming to fathom and integrate what these higher dimensions may really be all about.
I'm gonna actually try that now.
Yes.
So my last question, this question is simply a clarifier because this is information I've received, so I want to confirm.
Yes, yes.
So my question is, and this is the last question for me, why are there certain parts of your race that are hostile to humans, where deaths, abductions, and experiments occur?
Well, that is not our race, no. We as Pleiadian beings represent one of many, many different extraterrestrial groups. The beings that have abducted humans are known as Greys. In these recent times in your world, there have not been any definitively negative abductions. There have been negative effects that resulted from abductions. So we have shared many times before about the Greys. We will share again that the Greys are actually humans from a parallel version of Earth. Understand that the way that the universe really works is that timelines and different dimensions entirely can split off from one moment and create multiple versions of a planetary sphere or anything of that nature. So this split that brought about the beings known as the Greys occurred, yes, sometime around your 20th century, and then the Greys evolved into the future into these emotionless beings that were solely focused on the idea of advancement of their technology and advancement of their species, and they actually became unable to reproduce. Their connection to their heart and their emotions diminished slowly over time, and they, in a sense, became dependent on their technology to survive. Once they lost the ability to reproduce and had to clone themselves, they realized they had to do something different in order to survive. And then these emotionless beings came to your version of Earth in order to harvest viable DNA. And all souls who experience such things agreed to it at a soul level, though the conscious personality often did not know what they were getting involved with. As well, the Greys were, again, unaware of emotion, so unaware of fear and trauma, and therefore did not understand why or how the humans were having such negative reactions to what they were doing. And eventually, as they did create new races, this new version of Greys, you can call the tall Greys, were a bit more akin to understanding humans, and therefore they did not, in the same sense, traumatize humans as much or at all. from that point forward, the abductions became much more subtle, much more delicate. And now the hybridization program continues when there doesn't even need to be a physical experience. The DNA can be extracted at astral levels.
Wow, that was mind blowing. Thank you.
Oh, thanks to you as well.
Well, hi. If no one else is gonna ask a question, do you mind if I ask you another one?
Yes, yes.
Awesome, thank you. These ones are less personal.
All right.
There were feedbacks and sayings about possible tunnels being dug under Stonehenge. I'd like to know, would that cut off the energy potential that that such site has?
No. It depends what they put in such tunnels, certainly. But generally speaking, no.
Awesome. Thank you. And what is, this is mostly based out of something that was heard from stories about negative races of aliens, but them seeking gold. I was wondering if one, that's a thing, and then if gold has a vibrational aspect to it.
Yes, yes. Gold, yes. This speaks more to the creation of humans. So, long time ago, the Anunnaki were going through a natural phase of the cycle of their planet that involved the degradation of their atmosphere and the devolution of consciousness as a result. And then, in order to maintain their atmosphere, they needed gold. So, in order to get gold from your world, they created the human race. And they created the human race with certain new qualities that would make them very easy to work with. They spliced their DNA with that of beings that you would now describe as Sasquatch, who live in parallel realities on your Earth. And they brought in these new programs that would make humans worship authority outside of themselves and be oriented always towards working. And many of these stories stay alive within you, hence humans strive above all else in many senses to further their own progress and build and expand as they were, in a sense, programmed to do. Now, the gold itself still carries the energetic memory of your Anunnaki origins, and your memory of this can be triggered by its presence. You are gradually over time switching on the advanced DNA that is present and lies dormant within the human genome. As, of course, in order to make you more influenceable and programmable, the Anunnaki had to, as well, turn off some of the gifts that they had. Yet they could not completely remove them from your DNA. And as your DNA is an active library that is constantly changing, you can intentionally shift on these energies. And that is why whenever you follow your passion and excitement, some of these genes will switch on, and the gold itself can be used intentionally to activate these memories and activate the gifts again, that originate from the Anunnaki.
Great, thanks. That's amazing. Yeah.
Oh, well, thanks to you as well.
So just to confirm, you can actually use gold to re-trigger memories?
Yes.
Or, holy
Memory
shit.
of your Anunnaki origins, yes, specifically.
Okay, I just wanted to express that.
Yes.
So we have 3 questions now in the YouTube channel.
Oh, exciting.
The first one is from Paul. Greetings. Today, this day, when will we see more of the Pleiadians on this Earth plane?
Well, you do see us already through the idea of the crop circles, as we are responsible for many of those. When will you see us physically? Oh, well, we will not be the first to have open contact with you, though we will be of the first. So you may meet some members of our world that are not necessarily the same beings that are channeled after you receive contact from the hybrid races. And the timeline of that taking place is around for those of you who may receive first contact and are already attuned to these frequencies around 2025 or 2026, and in more public ways in your 2030s if you continue to choose the idea of accelerated contact.
Great, thank you. Next one from Crystal. I would like to ask if I'm a hybrid, she says. Or if not, why do I feel a close understanding with ETs?
Well, hybrids specifically are humans, well, not even humans in the same sense, but they are beings human-like that are partially human, partially one of these split-off races that have resulted from the Gray's hybridization program. Now, you may have connections to hybrid races and therefore activate certain circuits in your DNA. You are what many in your world call a star seed, and that allows you to expand in your connection to extraterrestrial groups through your telepathic and psychic work.
Thank you. And next is Una. Hi, I'm wondering what is the best alternative for fossil fuel that is easiest to switch to in the near future, and how this process can be accelerated.
Yes. There are so many of these technologies that already are in many senses developed, and working with solar energy is very important. And there are also free energy technologies that are hidden by many of your world institutions. Many of these technologies already exist, and they work with tapping into photonic and other sorts of charges that are in your air and atmosphere all the time, and channeling them into devices that continue to self-generate energy. And this will certainly become a thing in your world as you move through these portals that involve the dissolution of the old capital-based way of doing things.
Thank you. Now, Felix, you can ask.
Yes, I would. Quick question. I was just wondering, Pleiadian Council, like if there is or if you could maybe tell me if I have a counterpart in your civilization that I maybe
Yes.
one day would be able to channel.
Yes.
Is there
You do.
anything else? Is there anything you could tell me about that, or how to reach my counterpart in the best, most efficient way?
Working in your dreams and in your meditations is key. Again, living your passion so that you're at the highest potential frequency is key. Know that when you set aside the invitation and the specific way that you would like to experience contact, information and energy can come through. It involves your psychic senses, which are aspects of what you term your imagination. So when you enter into these altered states of consciousness, your guides can communicate through you to you through inner sight, inner vision, mental images that come. They can communicate to you through sounds or voices in your head that may seem somehow other. They may communicate to you at first simply through feelings in your body, a feeling of great love and connection, perhaps one that you can even tap into just now by receiving the resonance of our vibration.
Yes. Thank you very much for that.
Yes.
Kim.
There was another one who had a question.
Yes.
Kim.
Yeah, I have another question. Talking about hybrids before, I'm curious about if it is possible somehow here on Earth for me to work more directly with these hybrids in a physical sense somehow. More physical
yes.
than, yeah? In what
One
way?
step at a time, though you will eventually perhaps meet your hybrid children in unexpected ways on your physical plane. They may show up to you and suddenly disappear. And eventually there can be invitations for you to go to certain hubs and centers where the hybrid children will be living and learning about your world, and you can experience interaction with them in these locations. That is something in the next and future decades that you may anticipate, though it again depends on the level of work you are willing to do to expand your own vibration as well.
Yes. So what kind of work could I do to
follow your
enhance
passion,
it?
live your most authentic self, do everything that fills your heart with joy without hesitation, and continue to share that energy and that frequency with others in as many ways as you can.
Yes. Because I think it's a little bit, I don't know, I feel like in a way that I'm moving inside more than spreading out ideas. Or I mean, I love just sitting for myself in the forest and so on. So I'm not really communicating it out. So, but it's probably just a step or what?
Yes. You can consider that a phase in getting to know yourself better, in coming to sink deeper into yourself and cultivating that deep state of peace, and realizing again that your way of sharing with others doesn't have to be so big and extravagant. It can simply be bringing your presence, and the peace that you have cultivated through authentically living your passion, connecting with the forest, translates into an energy that is automatically communicated from your being.
Yes, that's good. Because I feel the peace in the forest, but at the same time I have this kind of a void or an empty space inside that I don't know how to meet or to integrate, and I thought I could do it with the forest, but it's like it's not there. It happens. Do you have a clue?
What is it that happens more specifically?
Well, I can see I have this empty space inside that I try to fill out with other people, and that's not very satisfying. I can see it doesn't work, and it's not helpful. So, but it doesn't help to get out in the forest, for instance. So I'm wondering, how can I integrate that space inside of me.
You cannot fill that space with other people's energy,
Yeah.
but you can fill that space with the love for existence itself. And you can expand that love through the reflection of the other. So instead of attempting to gain energy or get something from others, simply shift your focus to expanding into love through your perception of them. Witnessing them enough can be an expansion into this great love within you. And so it is your ability to see every manifestation in existence as an expression of Source's love that will fill, or not even fill, but change your relationship with that empty space. Remembering that emptiness and fullness are just as much necessary counterbalances as darkness and light. Though if you expand your love in all that you see and witness, the emptiness can also be something that you meet and experience with love and as love.
Thank you. That was helpful.
Oh, yes, our thanks to you as well.
Hello, is it okay if I ask another question?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so I'm curious. Lately, all over our planet, there are some monoliths appearing, and I was listening to another channeler. His name is David Lotherington, and he was asked who put them there, and he answered they were put there by Pleiadians. And I think I heard this before, and the purpose was to build a grid. And now my question is, all right, from my perspective, most of the monoliths that appeared in the media look very much man-made. I was just wondering, is there a correlation between people from this Earth putting monoliths somewhere and the Pleiadians, or is it just absolutely unrelated, or what is it?
These are manifestations of humans and extraterrestrials working together. It does involve our world, it does involve the hybrid races as well. There is much more that will be revealed about this. And it is certainly an energy grid. It allows for different places to connect, and also the places in between to receive the vibration of these very intentionally designed creations. So that is all we can say for now.
Mm-hmm. And is it, I mean, does the grid work when there is no object there? Because the monoliths also disappear.
Yes, in a sense, they leave an impression. So understand that every moment is eternal. And when it was set there with intention, even though it is taken away, the impression it leaves still creates an intact grid.
Thanks. Another question. Are the people that put them there conscious about a collaboration between them and extraterrestrial beings?
Yes.
Wow. All right. Thanks so much.
Again, it is a collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, I think that's my question. Thank you.
All right. Our thanks to you as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a question from Michal on the YouTube channel. Sometimes when I look at my cat in the eyes, I feel like I'm looking at myself as a child. Can you comment on that? And the second one is, do I have any hybrid children?
Yes. All right. The second question is easier. So the answer is yes. And in terms of seeing yourself as a child through the eyes of a cat. In a sense, the cat serves as an emanation of the vibration of innocence. And through the eyes of the other, when you truly gaze and connect, you can see many windows into the soul and many windows of reflection across time and space. In this sense, as the cat is so deeply connected to your soul, the cat can reflect to you this inner essence of your child self. And yes, there are actually many other things that you can come to see through the cat's eyes with focus, as again, they are interdimensional beings that allow you to see windows into your own soul as well as into other incarnations, some of which you do share with the cat.
Hello, Pleiadians. Can I ask one more question?
Yes.
Hello. I wanted to ask about the new dream time or the new time sequence being initiated today in Uluru, in Australia.
Oh yes.
Can we talk about that and see what it really means in terms of our, what you call our ascension process, or as we term it, the ascension process of Earth?
Yes. The ceremony taking place will ripple out through the, what you call ley lines, what they call in their culture song lines, across the planet, and it establishes the grid of a planet that is, in a sense, returning to its natural origins and opening up to its celestial origins simultaneously. So there will be a resurgence in the powers among what you consider indigenous people, indigenous practices, that is a part of this ascension equally. And as these ley lines are also termed song lines, when you find yourself in the most beautiful locations that you are able to tap into and use your voice to sing or tone, you can connect with the energy that is being transmitted through these and other ceremonies. It is the voice of your whole planet singing together, matching that intention of unity and transformation that supports energetically all of the shifts that are taking place now.
Wow, that is so beautiful. Yes, like one universe, one song. Humanity finally overcoming perceived differences to lift its voice as one again.
Yes.
This is very beautiful, yes. One more question, if I may. It concerns channeling.
All right.
What is it that you, from your, let's say, Pleiadian perspective, what do you look out in oversoul aspects, or what we'll call humans, that will predispose them to be a good channel? And also what the pitfalls of ego are, and what happened to, let's say, a character like Barbara Marciniak, who did so well in the 80s and now seems to spread mostly fear. How, like, what happens also to channels in the core over the course of their own evolution? Thank you.
Yeah. Well, when a human matches our frequency and comes to open themselves to receive information in that state, we establish connection. We are not searching or probing, though the higher self of the person involved may be reinforcing connections to their Pleiadian counterparts or their counterparts in any such group that they then come to channel. So as long as there is a frequency match, the act of channeling can take place. And then if the human shifts the belief systems and the worldview, that affects the way that this information translates through them. So understand that channels such as this Barbara Marciniak and others can still tap into our frequency. They are still working with our frequency and working with our energy. But channeling is a translation, and the translation happens through the beliefs and predispositions of the channel. So when channels are not actively committed to applying the initial messages of, in these cases, working with beliefs and transforming them to be more inclusive and encompassing and focused in love, then the information they bring through will instead translate through negative belief systems. And there can be experiences as one reaches certain states of spiritual expansion, of then turning that energy inward and wishing to be the only one that is so spiritual. And so this starts the loop of, instead of bringing empowering messages, bringing messages that hook people to the channel rather than connect people with the channeled entity. And this is what happened in this case, though, as this is a free will universe and we understand that free will is the highest expression of love, our frequency is available to even those who choose those expressions of negativity.
Thank you. That was the most useful answer. I'm very grateful. Thank you.
Oh, yes, our thanks to you as well.
So it is 7 o'clock now, or I mean, in Europe.
Yes. All right. Our thanks to all of you for creating these interactions and sharing this information together in this way. We now invite you to close your eyes and take some deep breaths in and out. Bringing your focus first to your heart center. And breathing a deep, powerful breath in to this heart center, and imagining a brilliant light expand, become brighter, the more full your breath becomes. And as you exhale, witnessing the light centered then in your heart expand out through your body, reaching out to your fingertips, to the top of your head, to the base of your spine and your toes. Continuing in this way, breathing into the heart center, expanding the light here, and allowing, as you exhale, the breath to carry that light to the edges of your body, and smile gently on the exhale, sealing that light in love. Imagine your body getting bigger, getting brighter, getting more energized in every moment, with or without the control of your breath. Picture through your body a great column or line of light that goes from the very top of your head to the very base of your spine. Feeling the energy flow through this column. Again, witnessing or controlling your breath in and out. Feeling with each breath that this light becomes powerful and this column becomes taller. Your spine gets more expansive. More space forms between each vertebrae naturally, simply through your intention. Picture this column of light through your spine, then go all the way down to the center of the earth and rise all the way up to the center of your galaxy, vastly through all of the stars. Now picture that column of light expand out and surround your body about 3 meters in its diameter, feeling yourself encased in this beautiful crystal chamber of light. Imagine the light rising up through this column into your body from the earth and pouring down to your body from the galactic center. Grounding yourself to your earth as you imagine roots of light then that grow out through your heart to the base of your spine and out through your feet, diving deeper into the earth. And as they go down, these roots of light wrap around crystals, minerals, and metals within the earth. Imagine taking those energies in as the roots pull up the nourishment of the earth. Visualize the roots growing deeper down into the earth, going down, down, to all of the water stored beneath the earth's surface, through which you know is fossil fuels, all the life that is decomposed for millions of years, your most ancient ancestors alive within the earth. Seeing the roots growing deeper even to the magma, to the lava beneath the earth's surface, all the way down to the molten core of the earth, all the way down to the solid core of the earth. The solid, powerful, emanating, radiating a frequency that can be felt through the whole planet. Feel with your body, feel with your bones, this vibration of the earth constantly rising up, and expand that sensation as you imagine then these roots of light pulling up a powerful stream of energy through all of these elements of the earth, rising up to fill your body, activating the same elements alive inside your body. Feeling these streams of energy rise all the way up to the top of your head. And imagining your crown then opening again. And a great powerful stream of flowing energy coming in. Follow that stream up to your moon, to your sun, seeing flickers of gold and silver dancing down into your body. Follow these streams of light far beyond to your planet sister stars in Sirius, Pleiades, Arcturus, and even more. Following the stars, following the stream of light, going all the way then to the galactic center. It is a supermassive black hole to your perception. Yet, sinking into the deeper layers where this black hole is really an immense source of light. Through that infinitesimal small center point, feel, witness this galactic center connect into the center of every other galaxy in this field of existence, and to every other potential universe that exists. Through this grid, they are connected. Through this immense vastness, you can come to understand that every aspect of existence is a hologram containing the energetic blueprint of the whole. Allow this energy to flow down into your body, bringing with it perhaps images, sensations, new insight, flowing the galactic energy down through your crown chakra, gradually into your body, filling your body with the cosmic light. Your body is grounded by the Earth's light. And then again, open yourself through this pillar of light to connect to these planets of Jupiter and Saturn. Seeing them, imagining you're out in space looking towards them, perfectly in line. Create another pillar of light from Saturn through Jupiter and down to your Earth's core through your body. And intend to feel this stream of energy flowing into your vessel now. First connecting out to Saturn, visualizing its immense gaseous form, its rings, taking in this brown tan energy, and also looking towards Saturn's poles, where you can witness a brilliant turquoise hexagon. Invite all of these energies to flow into your vessel. Notice how it feels to take in this Saturnine energy. Allow it to give you focus, for you to see reality. And shifting your focus then to the brilliant Jupiter, picturing its red and brown shades, its immense form, its field of gravity. Connecting then with this massive storm that looks to you as an eye, and realizing that through this eye, many other beings on other planes look towards you. Meet the eye, gaze into the eye. And feel how this great planet at the moment blocks some of these more intense energies of Saturn and beyond. Imagine this brilliant red energy flood into your being, fill you with grand enthusiasm. and open your inner eye to see all that may be beyond. Knowing that these planets serve as gates for these extraterrestrial energies to flow towards you, towards your reality. Embrace them. Imagine these energies flowing into your body, filling you in any places where there may be tension, expanding your sight, expanding your perception. As soon as you shift your focus, as soon as you look in a new area with your inner eye, all that resides there looks back at you. You can notice when you set the intentions. Allow me to contact my guides. Allow me to contact my extraterrestrial counterparts. You feel that you are being witnessed. We only can look to you if you choose to look to us. Perhaps you continue to come back to gaze into the sky as a mandala, allowing those energies that you need to see to be reflected through the eye. And know that when you yourself then live in the eye of the storm, traveling with it, witnessing chaos around, yet staying centered in yourself, knowing as an emanation of source, as you fulfill your needs and follow your passion, you will expand into source and nourish all around you. Have great trust and great dedication to meet the tasks of these new times. Now imagine all of these energies that you have received to integrate in the earth. Creating a circuit, allowing these higher frequency energies to pour down into the earth on an exhalation. And on an in-breath, take those energies back into your body through your hands and feel the channel of energy in your hands open. Exhale, allow the energy to return to the earth. Feel yourself ground this energy of the cosmos and these powerful planets together. Every time you exhale, return the energy into the earth. As you take the energy back on the inhale through your hands, you also receive information and energy within the earth. And you receive the fusion, the co-creation of these energies that you blend together. Come to experience yourself as the bridge between the heavens and the earth. There is no planetary alignment or cosmic event that does it to you. It is your receptivity and creative choice of using the energy that creates the result. All of the energy you put into the earth, you take back transformed. Allow yourselves to be grounded here, knowing that the more present you are in your body and on the earth, the more available you are to receive those energies seeking to come to your earth to support your transformation. Gradually taking some closing breaths in and out, and slowly opening your eyes when you are ready and feel called. To return. We thank you for receiving this information, these energies, and this co-creation today. It is always a joy for us to serve you, and we wish you then a pleasant rest of your experience. Do then gaze with your eyes up to the sky and receive again this energy. Practice this tool again. Feel the energy flowing from these planets into your eyes and sinking down into the earth through your feet. You are the bridge between the heavens and the earth, and you are what will allow the heavens to come to meet the earth. Our love is with you, and we wish to see you. All, if you would wish to co-create with us on astral planes, we are always willing to receive your interactions. A good day to you then. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
That was wonderful.
Thank you. Magical.
Amazing.
There's a lot of wind, Dante.
Blessings, Dante. Wow.
Love to you guys as well.
I knew it!
Are you in Mexico now?
No, I haven't left yet. I've gotten pretty delayed, but I'm gonna leave in a little bit, in a couple days, sometime after Christmas.
Hi, Bastiani.
Hello.
Ah, my suspicions. I knew it was Sarah.
I was on my phone and his phone for a while, but I mean,
I was the one that tuned in to like an hour ago.
I was meditating and I heard Dante in the other room, and I was like, wait.
Magic. Good to see you guys. Yay.
Good to see you.
Hello.
I don't know. Where's the camera?
Everyone's questions
Wow, your
were so
room is
awesome.
so brilliant. All those
Evan?
pretty colors.
Yeah.
Well,
Looks so awesome, dude.
Yeah, so I thought today was really good today.
Yeah, magic.
And you were not nervous this time. You did good.
A lot of rich
I was not what?
You weren't stressed. You were more relaxed, so that was good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit better today.
Wow, your environments are awesome.
My environment?
Yeah, yours and Dante's.
Oh, pink. I love the pink.
Yeah, it's really.
Yeah, so this
Oh, wow.
this right here is it represents a theme of the year. So every year we have a theme, an artistic theme, and the art is reflected based off of the theme. So this year's theme is mirror year, and so everything appears very similar to mirrors.
Wow.
So this is just this room. The whole house looks decorated similar like this, but in different colors. So this one is pink, rainbow, red over in the night corner, And the living room is green, turquoise, blue, purple, magenta. And the upstairs are different color combinations. And he is the creator. He's the creator of.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
Quite decorative.
That's amazing creation.
So yeah, so
Using Mayan calendar.
he is the main creator of the ideas that you see right now, and I help him with these ideas.
Nice.
Awesome. Great love for you too, and the creation too.
Are they talking to you now?
Oh, really?
Wow. So colorful.
Can you sit on the rainbow room the next time so we can see it?
Well, yeah, take us on a tour.
Wait, really? You want a tour?
Yeah. Well, it depends. How long does Dante want to stay? Well, I don't know.
All right, so I'll just show them the upstairs. I'll just cover it.
I'm like packing my bags. This is continuing.
So this is going to be tricky
Oaxaca.
because the microphone is connected to the computer, but the webcam is actually my phone, and so you won't be able to hear me.
That's all right.
So I'll just quickly run upstairs and show you upstairs because this floor here isn't. It's actually transitioning to next year's theme, which will be a surprise until next year.
Oh, okay.
So I'll take you there for a quick tour, and I'll show you the rooms that I didn't mention, and then I'll come back here to get your comments.
Yeah, I want to say.
Oh, you want to say something?
I want to say someone. I want to say something to Mr. Starshine.
Hey, what's up?
You're just so beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
This radiate. And all of your posts always make me smile and feel like a breath of fresh air.
Oh, gracias.
You're just,
I do my best.
You're such a blessing to have.
Oh, thank you.
So I just want to encourage you to keep going because it's awesome.
Gracias.
De nada.
Doing my best.
All right, so I'll take you to the tour now. So it'll be dark for a minute.
Sure.
Man, this transmission was awesome. Awesomeness, Dante.
Oh, yeah? Really good.
Yeah.
I like awesomeness. I'm a fan of that.
Josh likes awesomeness as well.
Awesomeness and epic.
No, don't we all?
Fan of awesomeness, yes. Ooh, look at that. This is a bathroom. Oh, just a room. Wow. Gold and silver. Ooh. Oh, whoa. Check that out.
Wow.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yo.
It's the whole house is like a collage.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's wow.
Even the roof.
Quite trippy.
The roof is cool. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Did you make that big so it's on the big screen? Or
Yeah,
we
I don't
could
know how
see
we
it.
can do that. Can you pin the video, Bastiani? Because the people
just
in the live stream, they can't see it.
Oh,
I just did it.
she just did it,
Good.
so we gotta get
Wow.
But if you, it's because you have
Oh, but
spoken.
there's no
Then yeah,
Mm.
the person has to
It's
speak in order to.
Oh, I got it.
Oh.
Take the pin. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. That was beautiful.
Mhm.
Amazing.
All right, I need to go
Okay.
to a little cacao ceremony here. Thank you so much, Dante.
Okay. Oh, have fun. Just make me the host
Have a
again.
great one.
How do I do that? Make you the host.
Just go into participants and click
Oh
me
my
and hit
gosh.
make host.
Whoa, look at that.
But whoa.
Wow. Holy cow. That must be my alternative
Cool.
house.
Here you go, then.
That's where you want to live, Sarah?
Oh.
Okay, cool. I'm the host.
Oh my God, look at that. Look at the green and purple.
Super cool.
Whoa, dude. All right, that's where I'm moving.
Super
If
cool.
you want to know where to find me.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Nice.
wide.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much for this transmission.
Oh,
You're
and
welcome so
Bastiani,
much.
Hi, Bastiani.
Bye bye.
did you have time to see Asterix?
No, pas encore. No.
Semaine? I've been really trying hard not to kind of go, hey, Bastiani, c'est le Sarah à on.
Il faut que.
What did you guys think?
Awesome.
Thanks for the tour. That was
We're gonna
incredible.
talk about it once you watch the movie, Bastiani.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the whole house.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Thank you. We also have, we actually, these rooms setups, we actually have a YouTube channel in which we do videos in these rooms.
Oh, wow.
And they're music based with lyrics. And it's pretty much talking about the holidays. Every single day is a holiday. So we pick a holiday and we celebrate it, and then the song's based on the holiday. So today is winter, so we talked about the first day of winter.
What's your channel? How do we find it?
If you want to find it, I'll type it here. It's called the Unicornaments.
Oh.
Unicornaments.
Unicornaments.
You can YouTube that. Oops. To everybody.
Unicornaments. That's too cute.
There you go.
Unicornaments. Nice.
And so pretty much our channel is just us celebrating holidays every day. And that's literally it, just an art installation, which he made himself. He made those art. He made everything you see, he made, including his clothes and his hairstyle.
Very creative.
Wow.
Very cool.
So he's very creative. I'm also just as creative as he is, but in different areas such as music. And that's pretty much it.
Nice. Josh, how are you?
It's one heck of a momentum. That's really cool. Yeah, all this energy and everything kind of happening. It's just holy. I gotta thank Dante. Like, wow, the transmission that helps with these and just the various kind of processes that are going through is like, oh shit.
Thank you. Yeah, happy to support. I'm really glad to witness so many processes happening and happy to help.
Especially dealing with the past life, man. Wow. Unexpected effects and momentums that are created by that. It's really, we're all one on this. And there's so many levels of it, but to like perceive them, understand them, and just play with them. It literally feels like disconnecting from the Matrix after, noticing how much of a stranglehold that prior, what's happening with social media and all of that kind of creates.
Yeah. It's like we're so much more than we've been trained to think we are, and like we can work out our energy on so many different levels, and we're programmed to just fit into something, but we are able to go much further beyond it.
Exactly, and the whole unity aspect of it, especially when we understand the whole heart connection. It's like, wait a minute, this whole Matrix things have kind of made it so normal to see the other one as another, and it's like, what the it's like, oh man, just disconnecting from that. honestly wishing that 2021, just moving outside of those cities, going to place like Oaxaca or even Japan could be first because of past life stuff. But yeah. And sorry, Sarah, no trip to the US yet. Not yet.
Man. I want to go to Mexico and see Dante and Daiga. I guess Daiga's down there too now. Gee whiz.
Is she there?
Yeah. She's got her flat and everything. She's in this little like hut that has a little ladder up to it.
Cool. I haven't spoken to her, but I called her like right before she left. So that's great. I'm out now taking out my compost before I leave the house.
Yeah, Oaxaca.
I can't just leave it sitting in the house.
She's such a world traveler, man. Oh man, I would love to go to Oaxaca. I don't know if I can sing it right now, but you're gonna be there for a while, right?
I think so. I don't really know. I might go to Puerto Vallarta after a while, or I might go somewhere else in Mexico, or I might just stay there. But I just really I'm just so happy to get out of this country that I don't really know what's gonna happen from now. One step at a time.
Absolutely. Well, guys, we better go. Love you all.
Bye.
Solstice.
Bye, Sarah.
Hi, Josh. No problem. I just wanted to hear your voice. Ciao.
See you. Bye, Frank. Bye, Sarah. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Man, awesome energy all over the place.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, today I felt more happy today, for me personally.
Huh?
I felt more happy today in general.
Yeah. Today's a brighter day, I think.
Oh yeah, and also today's the great conjunction. It's today.
Yeah, that's why we did the meditation with Saturn and Jupiter.
Yeah, it's gonna be a crazy time from today and on. It's just gonna be crazy.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome. Change,
Better.
momentum, energy,
Yeah,
unity.
I think it's gonna be a lot of structural changes as well. Disrupt some of the structures that were old in the past.
Yeah.
Slowly by slowly, though, I think. Not overnight, but yeah, definitely. I still forgot some shit.
Oh, and Josh, about what you said about you're talking about unity. Josh. Yeah. Okay, so I was thinking about that and how we think we're more. I mean, we know that we're more than what people think us that we are, and so that's when I thought, yeah, we're pretty much immortal beings. As in, like.
Yeah, I mean, our soul's immortal for sure.
As in, it can be. Now, this is not a. This is an uncommon statement, but immortality, even through physical, where it transcends the spirit and actually becomes. Okay, it's hard to put with words, but pretty much what I'm saying is,
I mean,
you can pretty much become immortal. You can become immortal physically as well, which is another quest of mine. All these quests that I have.
I don't know.
Oh, with the DMT meditation, admittingly, it's been tricky for me to do it in this space because there's still a lot of dust and I need to move. But I keep referring back to both Kundalini and Joe Dispenza's meditation, as well as what the Pleiadian kind of hinted towards. And it's like the dots feel more easier to connect in that sense with our natural, what we naturally have in our hands. It's fascinating because it's like a lot of it in the aspect of belief and what we ingest in our thought, but also those breathing exercises that are just literally helping us connect with the water inside of ourselves and thus DNA as well. So it's just amazing and fascinating, especially that we've, you know, now collectively on this planet, we're communicating a bit more in those, you know, kind of like exchanging those various practices and noticing the interconnection between all of them. You know, no more ego fighting for technique. Now it's like, ooh, you're using this. Okay, so how does this relate to what we've been practicing for an amount of time? You know, is it the intention? Is it the specific technique? Is it, it's just so much fun that way, you know?
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason why the virus kind of came through, is to bring some of that unity back. Some people still aren't really fully on board on the idea because they want their normalcy back, and so there is still some struggle in there.
Satisfaction from fear.
Because yeah, me too. It made it better actually, because now everyone's staying home, and it's more freedom. It's more free that way for me. And there's been more discoveries lately, and new scientific breakthroughs, and all these events that are happening because of this. And so, I think it was a good thing, despite the deaths that occurred. But it is always best to stay home because of the dangers of that.
Well, what's going to be really fantastic is like just this, even more of this interconnection, and just kind of realizing, hey, we're all born the same way. You know, we're all literally born the exact same way. So there's no separation. It was just always an idea because, you know, because of country, because of oh my God, different culture. You know, it's like there was this perpetuated idea of separation, but it's like, but no, culture kind of all originally generated in practically the same. Like we can notice the same patterns in ourselves. Not saying that we're all the same in the aspect of culture, but as a base, you know, we all kind of come in without any kind of memory of what the environment is, and then we start ingesting that stuff. So we're not even originally separate, you know. It's going to be fun to have the collective just understand that more and more, you know, seeing themselves in the other as it's always that, you know.
Yeah, I can see that excitement too.
It's like once that is like anchored in and understood a bit better, then that whole matrix from television, social media, and the bounce back of those habits is just going to fall. Because it's like, why would I need to take those patterns now that I understand that the other is myself? So whatever I see in the other always comes from me. So why would I still see judgment? You know, it's like, oh, because we used to collectively agree, but why keep that? No. You know, we're practically the first generation to be able to stop those patterns that our parents didn't see because they didn't have all this technology and this interconnection and openness with their feelings. Yeah.
So yeah, that reminds me of one day when we all come back to God, we're all just gonna. It's almost like the opposite of the Big Bang, where it just comes back, and implodes back into God's center, and that's what this whole thing's about, ultimately in the very end. So yeah, so that is an exciting thing to look forward to in the future.
Yeah.
All right, I have to get going now because I have to attend to my boyfriend. He needs me, and so I need to help him out right now.
Awesome. Hey, it's been great.
As well.
Oh, Dante, thanks again, huh?
Yes, thank you. That's very awesome, Claire.
Welcome. Thank you for co-creating.
For everything. The ripples in time of that co-creation, like, beautiful.
All right, so I'll see you guys next time.
Bye for now. Enjoy Solstice, everybody. Enjoy the thing.
Have a great one. And
look at the sky. magic is
Yeah.
on the horizon. I'm going to go look at the planets through a telescope on the mountains tonight. And I have
Tell us how it went.
several things to do before then. So I'm like, oh, what's even happening? Okay, bye-bye, everybody.
It's actually
Much
cool.
love.
Have a
Bye-bye.
good one. And
Okay.
Thank you, Dante.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You're welcome.